Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have another install to do onto my Evo 10. So we have it sitting here ready in the garage, and it's actually an interior mod today, so I'll be able to open the doors up all the way. Had this piece here, which is what I'm installing, actually for about a month now at the old place. I just knew that, again, it was going to be so much easier in a double garage, so I held off, and today finally moved into the house, we can install this. So yeah, as you can see, we have firstly this piece, which getting a bit of redemption on today. I actually did try and install this previously, which you may have seen in a video. Got halfway through pulling the stock part out and realized I needed this to, basically need both. So yeah, ended up tracking one of these down. It was really easy to find the fake carbon fiber ones, which I really am not a fan of. I don't know why it's really considered to be called the fake carbon fiber. It doesn't look anything like carbon fiber, but the other style, which is like a sort of a mesh look, I guess. These two in that style I could find so easily on eBay. There's heaps of them around. It was so hard to find the piano black, which is what I prefer. So yeah, finally got this one from the US on eBay, and this one I already had from eBay Australia. So finally got these ready to go. And funny story, after we tried to install this one in the previous video, Letitia found a website in China that had all these OEM parts which were brand new in boxes with all photos of them. So there's a bunch of stuff I was looking at buying, but I thought let's just start by buying two of these. They were a good price, so we ordered them. Had to wait like months for the shipping from the US. The package finally arrived, and it was a bag about that big, and it just had a fake high-end fake necklace in it, some jewelry instead of car parts. So finally got our money back from that, tracked this one down in the US and ordered it. So yeah, I thought that was a funny story I'd add in, that yeah, sometimes if a deal seems too good to be true and all these rare OEM parts are all of a sudden available, yeah, it probably is too good to be true and you will lose your money. Luckily we got ours back, but yeah, finally we have these to install. So what I'll do is I'll just show you the parts that we're replacing. So being an early, well, it's actually a GSR, my car, not an MR, but GSR with the SST package, but the early sort of POV pack model basically. I don't have that piano black, I don't have the cubbies. I didn't actually have this cup holder part, so obviously we added that recently. But so I think it's already starting to look a lot better. I just think with this part and this part replaced with the piano black pieces, it's going to look a lot better. Also, I get rid of this burn mark. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, it was been in the car the whole time since I've owned it. It's always kind of annoyed me, to be honest. So finally get rid of that. And yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing today. It should be pretty easy to do, but there's a lot to pull out to get to it. So this part was pretty simple. We just pop this cup holder panel off, and then we can get to some screws down here, and probably have to pull this reverse lockout off. But for this back part where the climate control controls are, we'll have to pull this dash piece off and the head unit, because there's some screws down in there that we need to get to. So yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll start off, I'm just going to start pulling the interior apart. So here's the before. So I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I think it's going to look a lot better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this piece out, and then yeah, we'll just get started. Okay, so like I said, we need to pull this part off, which I know how to do well now after multiple times of pulling it off, and it's really easy. So move this out of the way. Basically just, it's clipped. There's no bolts. So we open our glove box and we can just basically try and get somewhere to get a good grip, like that. One more clip. There we go. So that's easy. Do that with one hand, obviously easier with two. So then we're just going to have this panel here, which we need to pop out. And we have a couple of plugs that we need to undo so we can completely remove this out of the way. Okay, so with that all out of the way, the button's undone. You can see now we have 2 screws here that's holding this piece in. So we'll undo those. Hopefully you guys can see all right. I did actually just open all the doors and put this light leaning against my door. So we'll keep our screws in the cup holder so we don't lose those. This is about as far as I got last time. So I started to lift this up and then realised that basically I would need the other piece. So now we're going to have to pretty much work out where we go from here. So seems to be just plugged. On the SST shift boot thing, you can see we've got a little clip there to undo that. So we can bring that down, and I'm unsure if this will just lift off. Just trying to work this out as I go, basically, how much I need to pull off. So probably pull the shift knob off. Should make things a bit easier. Pull this out. Alright guys, after figuring a little bit of it out, firstly I was stupid and was trying to do it while it was in park, which meant this was all the way forwards. Put it down into neutral and then you can easily lift this over. So that was my first issue. And then also we had to just undo this plug here. This white one went into that. So the rest of it was just clips. Now it looks like we have the like cigarette lighter accessory port, whatever you like to call it, that is connected. So we're gonna have to undo that, and then we have this one other clip here. Okay guys, last little update for this piece. So clips are all undone. This bit here that goes into the like cigarette lighter accessory, that just clips on, so that just pulled off. And the last thing I have is just the wiring for that is like a clip that is held in, so it's going to need some pliers, squeeze either end, and then it should just drop out. So we'll need the other hand to push that down. But yeah, then that will this entire piece off. Okay, so here's where we're at. We now want to get this piece off. So to do that, just open the glove box and then press that, drop it down. Let me sit that down there. We want to get this piece off. So we undo this one screw here. Lovely. And that comes off. We just have one screw here, that's all that's holding this whole trim piece. So if you find your screwdriver. Now we can grab this, and you want to get it to there and get your hand back in. Seems like it wants to bring my head unit with it, which it shouldn't be doing. There we go, get to there, and your last clips at the end. So you just want to be careful not to just yank that all from the one side, or else you'll snap this back end because as you can see, you have all these clips all the way along, and then you have my little bit of double-sided tape jammed in there because it's used to rattle, so I was trying to sort that rattle for a long time. So I'm going to move this out of the way, move all these interior pieces out. Then we just need to lift the head unit out. I'm not going to unplug it and everything. I'm just going to lift it out and sit it up on the dash. And actually probably won't even, there's the 2 screws that we need for here, so I'm going to jump in the other side and we'll just try and get those 2 screws out and then probably leave the head unit in. Alright, head unit is popped out. 2 screws, so one there, one on the other side. I'm just going to basically hold this up with one hand while I loosen these 2 screws. Alright, so after pulling the screws out at the top of this and sort of having a see if there's clips or anything holding it, I've realised I'm going to have to pull this piece out, just because it probably then just pulls out, but with this in the way it's not going to happen. So I had 1 screw there, another 2 and 3 over here, and then it's just going to be 2 bolts actually in the glove box that are holding it, and then this whole piece will go. So yeah, didn't realise I had to do that, but luckily it's just, yeah, like I said, 3 screws and 2 bolts, pretty easy. So I'll get that out, and then hopefully that is the last thing we have to do to get this one. Alright guys, update. We have success. This thing did not feel like it wanted to come out. I basically kept looking at the stock, or the other one that I'm putting in, and going, you know, is there any more screws? There's nothing. Everything's out of its way, so I just basically lifted the head unit a bit and just started yanking from the top, just trying to feel if I could feel a clip start to give way, which I did, and then did it all the way around and got it loose. Then I had this plug back here in there, and 1 more plug at the back at the bottom. So there we go. Have it out. That is what we've been trying to get at. So now I guess I need to pull this piece off and put on the other one. Alright guys, so update, I swapped this silver part over. So this is the one that came in the new one. It has this like mark here, and my one didn't, so I've swapped that over, as well as the shift boom. Oop. So yeah, it was just a couple of screws in the bottom of that, a couple of screws at the bottom of that. So this is now, this gloss black piece is the new part, and this piece is my part. Also swapped the climate control over, so this is our new one. So to do that, we just had 4 screws here to either side. So. Alright guys, what a relief, we're finally done. So I've got it all in. Yeah, that was a mission. I don't know why that was so hard. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Just pulling everything out wasn't too bad. Putting it together wasn't too bad. Just that part, I don't know why it was such a nightmare. Still not quite in 100%. But yeah, hopefully everything is wired up properly. I did put all the plugs back where they were. I've put my OEM carbon fiber AC cover on, but it's gonna need some new double-sided tape on it. It'll fall off as soon as I do a pull. Got the shift knob on, everything's back in. Everything's working, as far as I know. So I'll jump in the car. So I mean, it does look really good. Let's turn this. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I think it looks a lot better than just the open cubby. Do the same. Hopefully the video is helpful. I showed how to get everything out, and then basically putting it back together is the same thing. Just be aware that this part just may not be the same for you. Maybe this is not an OEM part. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know. Don't know why it was so difficult to get that in, to line it up. But yeah, if you're doing it, that's going to be the struggle part. Other than that, pretty simple. OEM stuff, pulls off, goes back together, screws and clips. So yeah, if you're looking to do it, hopefully this video is helpful. That is the aim of the channel, to make videos that you know, are handy when you're looking to do mods and installs yourself. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, definitely give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you think down below. Like, do you like this setup better, or do you prefer just how it was? I think this whole console, starting back here at the leather, all the way along, I think this looks a lot better than when I started. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you're not already, definitely subscribe to the channel. But with all that said, that is going to be it. So I will catch you guys next time.